G'day legends and welcome to the channel. It's an absolute honor to have you here with me today. Now get ready, we're about to embark on a journey that'll warm your heart and get your blood pumping. We're shining a light on the most incredible fair dinkum heroes on this planet. The ones who've dedicated their lives, their sweat, their tears to saving wildlife. They look danger in the eye and say, "Not today, mate," when an animal's in trouble. True wildlife warriors, their stories are breathtaking. From the dense jungles of Africa to the deep blue oceans uncovering tales of courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication. Not just animals saved, but the incredible human-wildlife connection. People who've gone above and beyond, sometimes risking everything to protect the voiceless. You'll hear about folks who've faced down poachers, rescued animals from war zones, and changed the way we think about conservation forever. So, grab a cuppa, get comfy, and stick around right to the very end. I promise you, some of these stories will have you on the edge of your seat, and others might just bring a tear to your eye. These are the tales that inspire us to be a little bit better, a little bit kinder, and fight a little bit harder for our animal mates. It's going to be an absolute beauty of an adventure. Let's dive right in. Right, first up we're heading to the forests of Tanzania to talk about a true pioneer, the legendary Dr. Jane Goodall. Crikey, what a woman. She didn't just study chimpanzees, she lived with them. She became part of their world. Back in the 1960s, she rocked up to Gombe with not much more than a pair of binoculars and a notebook, and she completely changed our understanding of our closest living relatives. She was the first to see them using tools, something everyone thought only humans did. She gave them names, not numbers, and she saw them as individuals with personalities and emotions. As she spent more time there, she saw the threats they were facing: habitat loss, the horrible bushmeat trade, poaching. That's when this incredible scientist became a fierce warrior for conservation. She knew she couldn't just sit back and watch her beloved chimpanzee families disappear. It was a massive, life-changing decision, moving from the quiet of the forest to the noise of the world stage. She started the Jane Goodall Institute Roots to Shoots program, inspiring millions of people, especially young folks, all around the globe. She showed us that one person with enough passion and determination can truly make a world of difference. What an absolute inspiration. Now hold on tight, because our next hero is one of the toughest, most passionate conservationists you'll ever hear about. Deanne Fossey. This woman was absolutely fearless. She went deep into those mountains to save the magnificent mountain gorillas. Mountain gorillas in habitat. These gentle giants were on the brink of extinction, being wiped out by poachers for trophies and souvenirs. Deanne saw this horror and decided to make those mountains her home. She made those gorillas her family. She didn't just study them from a distance, she learned their language, their grunts, their calls. She earned their trust, something incredibly difficult and dangerous. She'd crawl on her hands and knees through the mud and vegetation to be near them. She famously formed an unbelievable bond with a big silverback named Digit. She saw their intelligence, their gentleness, their complex family lives. It fueled her fire to protect them at any cost. But Diane wasn't just a researcher, she was a warrior on the front lines. She took what she called a direct action approach. She'd actively track down poachers' snares and cut them down by the hundreds. She'd confront the poachers themselves, chase them out of the park, and even burn their camps. It was dangerous, controversial work, and she made a lot of enemies. But her fierce, unwavering dedication brought the plight of the mountain gorillas to the world's attention, and started a conservation movement that saved them from disappearing forever. A true hero, no two ways about it. Alright, now this fella's one I know a thing or two about. Me. My mission in life was simple. To get people excited about wildlife, especially the scaly, toothy ones that most people are scared of. Crocodiles, snakes, lizards. They're not monsters. They're beautiful, vital parts of our ecosystem. I wanted everyone to see them through my eyes. My dad, Bob, was my hero. He taught me how to handle these animals with respect and love. We started the Australia Zoo as a small reptile park. Our goal was always conservation first. Every crocodile rescue was an adventure. You'd get a call about a big salty near people or livestock, you had to get in there. The goal was never to hurt them, but to relocate them safely. It's a dance, you see. Understand their behavior, respect their power. Be on your game 110%. Jumping on a croc's back wasn't show off. It was the safest way to control its head and jaws, secure it and move it to a better home, back in the wild or to the safety of the zoo. It was always bigger than one croc or one snake. The real mission was education. Getting up close with these animals, showing people how amazing they are, turning fear into fascination. If people love something, they'll want to save it. That's why we started Wildlife Warriors, to protect habitats and save endangered species worldwide. My life was being a voice for the voiceless. Every single animal, big, small, scaly, furry, is a precious life worth fighting for. Following in some pretty big footsteps is my beautiful daughter, Bindi. Crikey, I couldn't be prouder. From the time she was a tiny little tacker, she was right there with me and Terry, surrounded by animals and soaking it all in. She was born a wildlife warrior, with a passion for conservation running through her veins. She's never been afraid to get her hands dirty, whether it's helping out at the Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital, or traveling the world to spread the message of conservation. She's really taken the Irwin family mission and made it her own, connecting with a whole new generation of people. She has this incredible way of communicating, of making conservation feel accessible and important to everyone, especially kids. She understands that the future of our planet is in their hands. Through her TV shows, her social media, her work at the zoo, she's inspiring young people everywhere to stand up and make a difference for wildlife. Whether she's helping to rescue a sea turtle, rehabilitate an injured koala, or speaking to thousands of people about the importance of protecting our planet, she does it with so much grace and passion. She's living proof that the passion for wildlife and conservation is a fire that, once lit, can be passed down through generations, burning brighter and stronger. She's carrying the khaki torch with such strength and love, and she's making a massive difference for animals all over the world. She's my hero. Now this story is an absolute mind-blower. We're talking about a bloke named Lawrence Anthony, a South African conservationist. He stared down the barrel of a war to save a group of animals. When the Iraq War broke out in 2003, the Baghdad Zoo was caught in the chaos. The animals were starving, terrified, abandoned. While most people fled, Lawrence Anthony did the unthinkable. He went in. Imagine the courage that takes. He drove into a war zone on his own. He had no weapons and no backup. He had a burning desire to help. He found the zoo in ruins. Out of nearly 700 animals, only a handful were alive. Those survivors were in a shocking state. He had to deal with soldiers. He had to deal with looters. He faced the constant danger of bombs and gunfire. He used his own money to buy food at local markets. He had to find clean water for desperate animals. He didn't just save animals, he brought humanity back. He worked with American soldiers, he worked with Iraqi zookeepers. They bridged divides to save lives. His most famous story: a herd of wild elephants at Thula Thula. The elephants seemed to know when he passed away, traveling to his home to mourn. It shows the spiritual connection heroes can form with animals. What a legend. Let's travel over to the beautiful country of Thailand, where we'll find a small woman with a giant heart. Her name is Lek Chailer. She is an absolute angel for the elephants of Asia. For many years, elephants used in the tourism industry have suffered terribly. Elephants used in the logging industry have suffered terribly. They're often taken from their mothers as babies and subjected to a brutal training process to break their spirit. Lek saw this cruelty firsthand, and knew she had to dedicate her life to stopping it. She created a sanctuary, a paradise called Elephant Nature Park in northern Thailand. It's not a place where you see elephants performing tricks or painting pictures. No, it's a place where they can finally be elephants again. It's a place of healing. Here, rescued elephants can roam free, many of them blind, old, disabled from a lifetime of abuse. They can form herds, play in the river, and cover themselves in mud, just like they're supposed to. Lek knows each elephant by name and knows their tragic backstory. Her work is about more than just rescue. It's about changing an entire industry. She's a powerful voice advocating for ethical, cruelty-free tourism. She encourages tourists to visit sanctuaries where elephants are respected, not ridden. She's rescued hundreds of elephants, giving them a second chance at life. A life filled with kindness and dignity instead of pain and fear. Lek Chailer is a true warrior fighting a gentle but powerful battle for Asia's gentle giants. Get ready for a story of transformation. Rick O'Barry was the man who captured and trained the dolphins for the famous 1960s TV show Flipper. He was at the top of his game, living the high life. But his life changed forever on one tragic day. Kathy, the dolphin who played Flipper most of the time, died in his arms. He believes she committed suicide, voluntarily choosing to stop breathing, as dolphins can, because she was so depressed by her captivity. That moment shattered him. From that day forward, Rick O'Barry went from being the world's most famous dolphin trainer to being the world's most dedicated dolphin liberator. He realized the immense intelligence and emotional depth of these animals, and knew that keeping them in a concrete tank for human entertainment was a terrible crime. He has spent the last 50 years fighting against the multi-billion-dollar dolphin captivity industry that he helped create. He's a man on a mission to right his past wrongs. His most famous work was exposing the brutal dolphin hunts in Taiji, Japan, in the award-winning documentary The Cove. He risked his life and freedom to shine a light on this dark secret. He's been arrested, threatened, and deported, but he absolutely refuses to give up. He founded the Dolphin Project, an organization dedicated to ending dolphin slaughter and exploitation around the world. Rick O'Barry's journey shows us that it's never too late to see the light and fight for what's right. Now we're heading out to the wild open ocean to meet a man who is the definition of a frontline warrior, Captain Paul Watson. Sea Shepherd vessel with its skull and crossbones flag. This bloke doesn't write letters or sign petitions, he takes direct action on the high seas. He was one of the early co-founders of Greenpeace, but he felt they weren't aggressive enough. So he founded his own group, the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, an anti-poaching navy dedicated to defending marine wildlife. Their motto: "We are pirates for the whales." For decades, Captain Watson and his crews have sailed the most dangerous waters on Earth, from the Antarctic to the North Atlantic, to physically intervene against illegal whaling, sealing, and fishing operations. They're not afraid to put their ships, and their own lives, on the line. They've rammed whaling ships, disabled them in port, cut drift nets, and used all sorts of non-lethal tactics to stop the slaughter of our ocean's gentle giants. His methods are controversial, no doubt about it. He's been called a hero by some and an eco-terrorist by others. But you cannot deny his passion and his effectiveness. He and his Sea Shepherd crews have saved the lives of thousands upon thousands of whales, dolphins, seals, sharks. He's a true captain who believes that when governments fail to uphold conservation laws, it's up to passionate citizens to step in and enforce them. He's a warrior for the oceans. This next fella is a bundle of energy, a fantastic educator, Jeff Corwin. You've probably seen him on TV, traveling to the most remote corners of the globe, getting hands-on with some of the most amazing creatures. What I love about Jeff is his pure, infectious enthusiasm. He makes learning about wildlife an exciting adventure. Saba Douglas Hamilton, born into conservation, filming elephants and fighting ivory trade Tim Harrison, rescuing dangerous exotic animals from suburban backyards. Ruth Harkness, 1930s adventurer who brought the first panda to America. Birute Galdikas, the third Trimate, dedicating 40 years to orangutan conservation Terry Irwin. The quiet strength keeping the khaki spirit alive after Steve's passing. Kevin Richardson, the lion whisperer, walking with lions and changing perceptions. Dame Daphne Sheldrick, perfecting elephant orphan care and rehabilitation Dr. Ian Player, saving white rhinos from extinction through Operation Rhino Dr. Jane Hinton, pioneering African-American veterinarian opening doors for others Dr. Temple Grandin, revolutionizing livestock welfare through understanding animal behavior, Dr. Eugenie Clark, the Shark Lady, replacing fear with facts about sharks, Dr. Sylvia Earle, her deepness, exploring ocean depths and creating hope spots, Dr. Patricia Wright, discovering new lemur species and creating Madagascar's Ranomafana National Park, Dr. Alan Rabinowitz, the Indiana Jones of conservation, creating jaguar corridors across the Americas, Dr. Gladys Kalema Zikusoka, Uganda's first wildlife vet, protecting gorillas through community health, the Beagle Freedom Project, rescuing laboratory animals and giving them first taste of freedom. Well, there you have it, legends. 25 incredible stories of courage, passion, and unbreakable love for animals. From the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. They've shown us what it means to be a true wildlife warrior. They've faced down danger, challenged industries, dedicated their entire lives to being a voice for the voiceless. It just goes to show you that one person or one dedicated group can truly change the world for the better. Aren't they just the biggest inspirations? It fills my heart with so much hope for the future of our planet. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. I hope these stories have inspired you as much as they've inspired me. The fight to save our wildlife isn't just for the experts on TV or in faraway jungles, it's a fight for all of us. You can be a hero in your own backyard. Support your local animal shelter, volunteer your time, make conscious choices about the products you buy, or simply teach a child to be kind to a spider instead of squashing it. Every single act of compassion, no matter how small, makes a difference. If you enjoyed this video and want to help spread these incredible stories, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Share this video with your friends and family because the more people who know about these heroes, the more people will be inspired to join the fight. Remember to be kind to all, scaly, furry, or feathered, and as always, stay wild. Stay